Hi guys, it's Ken with this week's News Refresh. If I asked you to think of your favorite American V8, what do you think of? A Hemi, a flathead Ford, maybe a Chevy small block? Now, think of your favorite American V6. Not nearly as many options, right? It's no secret that V8s are ubiquitous with American power. I mean, a 7-liter V8 is how we won the LeMans, and the V8 is how the big three have been one-upping each other's horsepower ever since the beginning. We're at over 707 horsepower for those of you who have lost count. The V6 has always been the V8's little sister here in America, the practical option, the one that advertises miles per gallon, not 0 to 60 times. And hey, it's always been good to give people a few engine options to choose from. But why are companies like Ford now making V6s the only option in vehicles like the new Raptor and the GT? Well, let's go find out. You've heard of the CAFE standards, right? You know, the fuel economy averages that the government expects car makers to meet with their new models? That's right, it's not just consumers that are fueling all these groundbreaking miles per gallon standards. Car makers literally have no choice. It's why Jeep's toying with the new hybrid, why Ford's cutting the V8 from the new Raptor and GT, and why GM keeps pushing themselves into the electric market. Well, in 2025, those standards will reach a staggering new high of 54.5 miles per gallon and an unheard of 40.3 miles per gallon for trucks. So while Ram is leading the full-size truck market with the V6 EcoDiesel that gives 29 miles per gallon, you can bet their other big Hemi options aren't hitting anywhere close to that. That means that V8s aren't just less than practical options here. They drag down a car maker's entire chances at hitting those standards. Now, on the other hand, foreign car makers are completely enthused by the idea of keeping such high standards. So much so that they don't want to leave any leeway for other automakers. With BMW's chief saying, quote, "We would very much appreciate if we would not have a change in the requirements." When Nissan was asked if the requirements might get lowered, they said, quote, "If it changes, it's going to get a lot tougher." Audi further backed this up by saying, quote, "We are planning all of our efforts to meet these requirements and we're going to make it happen." Now, instead of just hoping consumers will go for their fuel-efficient designs, they can count on the government to back their investments too. Truck makers, on the other hand, not so excited. Fiat Chrysler, the current champ of horsepower, was a big straggler in meeting these standards. In fact, they had to buy off over 1 million greenhouse gas emission credits from Tesla Motors just so they could get by and meet these standards. The Prius-building Toyota echoed this sentiment, saying that although the passenger car goals are possible, the government may need to revisit those on the light truck numbers. Even Ford, who has been pushing hard with the aluminum design and EcoBoost engines, say, quote, "To meet these requirements, it's going to be very important for consumers to adopt new technologies." And they continued by saying, "What we're seeing right now is that they are not adopting them to the levels anywhere near what we had expected." But in the end, automakers have no choice but to give up on the beloved V8. Chrysler's brand chief Al Gardner says that, quote, "The federal government will mandate in no uncertain terms what you will and will not build, or you're not going to be selling cars in this country." But what do you guys think? Is this all just the government's way of quietly banning the American V8? Is it worth it to get a more fuel-efficient car? You can let us know what you think in the comments below. That's the biggest story we've got this week, but don't forget to subscribe for the latest automotive news and hit up 4Wheel Online for all your V8 needs while we still have them. I'm Ken, and you've just been refreshed.